Hi guys, and welcome once again to Martin Lynch and Sons YouTube video channel. Now I'm at home today playing with the Latte Panda. Dunno. Right, okay. Reason why we got these in. We got these in because of things like, say, the Wires X from Yaesu. It was becoming quite obvious that the software only runs on Windows, and it was becoming more and more obvious that people obviously had to run a computer for 24/7 if they were running a repeater or something. So we were really looking for a solution that was low power, because some of these repeater sites don't have power at all and they're running off batteries or whatever. And it was just we searched high and low for one of these things. We've come across this Latte Panda, which is actually a 4 gig RAM, 64 gigabyte eMMC Windows 10 board. It has a 1.8 gigahertz quad core processor. I believe it's ARM. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head that one, but it basically is installed Windows 10. Now we've done this. It comes pre-installed with Windows 10, but we bought these without the operating system activated. Okay, and we've done that for a very good reason. If you want to continue using the Windows 10 operating system, you're going to have to go to Microsoft and purchase a license. It's not a huge amount of money, but we did it like that because some people don't want to use Windows. It may not go into a Wires X repeater environment. It may go into something completely different. So we wanted to be as flexible as possible, and this just ticks all the boxes. Now it only takes one of you guys really to be to be of a good engineer that could get this into something like the SMB 201 box, which sits at the bottom of the FTM 100 and FTM 400, when it's being used as it's sort of just keeping it out of the way nice and tidy. It's got a cooling fan and all sorts of things in it. But it wouldn't take much to get one of these inside there, and this fits just perfectly. It is unreal. So it'd be very interesting to see if one of you guys actually pick up that challenge and do it, because that would be very, very good. Now we supply these with an acrylic case. I'll be honest, it's not the best acrylic case I've ever come across, but it is the only one they supply. Okay, there is a wooden one available, but to be honest, we went for the acrylic. But it does keep the unit safe and out of trouble. But it is a devil to put together. It really is a devil to put together, and we will put that together for you if you ask. But unfortunately, there would be sort of probably 15 minutes labour time to pay for. But we will do it. It's not going to be a huge, it won't be a deal breaker. Let's put it that way. So we have these in stock. By all means, go and grab one. They're really, really good. But they're also a really fantastic computer as well. I ran a Flex 6700 on this and had 8 slices going. It's not going to be the best performer in the world. In fact, quite the opposite. But the fact that it did it was really quite incredible. I'll tell you a little bit about the little unit. It's actually got, you've got 2 USB 2 ports, one USB 3. You've got an HDMI port. Around the side here, you've actually got touch control connector, which is a ribbon cable type connector, and you've got a colour display ribbon cable display adapter, so you can run the like 7-inch touchscreen displays, providing they have those 2 separate ribbon cables. And it's also built into this is an Arduino. It's got a coprocessor of an Arduino. So what does that mean? Well, there are some cases where you might want to you might have a node station or something that you might want to relocate its antenna direction throughout the day. So for instance, you might be pointing to you at work, and then in the evening you might want it to turn around and point to you at home. I don't know, whatever it might be. But this is the Arduino is capable of controlling stepper motors, rotators, all sorts of things. It's a very versatile sort of pre-programmed board, and to have the two combined is quite impressive. But anyway, moving on. There's also you've got a USB power connector. I think there's also an option to power it from inside the board, and I probably am tempted to go down that route, maybe with something like a buck converter or something like that. I'm looking into that. Because obviously you're going to be limited to the amount of current you can supply via a micro USB port. The jury's out on that one at the moment. We're running them with the Raspberry Pi power supply, so if you need a power supply, do ask us. They're not hugely expensive at all, and we have those in stock all the time. But it's also got a micro SD slot in there as well, which is you can put pretty much any size card you like in there, and it's also got audio, an audio jack, and also I think it's gigabit as well, Ethernet. This one has they have a reset button and a power button on the side, and you have all of the normal ports for the Arduino here, the GPIO ports. Fantastic stuff. And also you've got some, I would call them GPIO ports, but this is direct access to the main processor. How you would use those, I don't actually know at this stage, but again, we're working on it. Steve's actually taken one of these home as well, and he's really into his programming and bits and pieces. So between us, we'll come up with some ideas, and I'm sure we can get these things rock and rolling. But what this means is for moving forward is this suddenly has opened up the worlds to the Fusion side. So all of the people that were wanting to have their own nodes at home running the HRI 200 now can easily connect to this. It's not a big problem. You can run a whole node now off of a very basic sort of setup. You don't need a fancy computer system or anything like that. You just need a very basic monitor or one of these really cheap 7-inch touch screens, and away you go. It's all up and running. You've basically got you're connected into the Wires X system, and all the fun that will bring. So there you go. There's the Latte Panda. I'll give you it's an inexpensive Windows 10 1.8 gigahertz PC with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 65 gigabyte hard drive or eMMC built on board. It's amazing. Really very good. I should say actually, in the kit you get a case, you get the fan with the heatsink on, and obviously you get the main board itself, and that does come pre-installed with Windows 10, but it is not activated. Okay, it's very important. I'm not sure if I actually said earlier in the video, but we did do that for a reason, because obviously some of you guys are very computer savvy and are running, say, Linux or other operating systems, and whether it be Kali, whatever it might be. So we wanted to be fair to everyone and kind of put it across the board. So there it is, the Latte Panda. See you later.